Today's meditation is entitled Unleashing the Inner Light, and it will be guided with a voice totally unlike that one because that's not me. So get ready for a fun and playful meditative art session. So first of all, what will you need to create an image similar to this one? Well, if you're not comfortable freehanding a star and a heart, you can print them out. Make a little template for yourself, like I did here. I'm going to show you how to do that. You're also going to need 6 colors. Okay, your blaze colors are a golden yellow and an orange. Your Orion colors are a light blue and a dark blue. And your unity colors are a light purple and a dark purple. And if you want, I've got a little space for myself here, sharpener in case you want to sharpen your colored pencils, some music playing for relaxing. My son's watching his iPad in the background. This is life. Sometimes our meditative practices are not completely quiet, and I want to show that to you. And the biggest thing, the most important thing I want to share is that this perspective is for autism families. It's for autism moms and dads and caregivers and professionals, because I will have a unique flavor from my life and my experiences that is reflected in my art, and I will come from that perspective. But this meditative practice could be used by anyone, any human. I'm just going to trace it. Hold the edges. So much easier than freehanding, but freehanding can be fun too. So there's my heart. Next, I will be taking my star, and I'm going to line it up pretty equal with the top line there, the top of my star, and I'm just going to trace that. Being careful to hold down the edges. Now, if you mess up a little bit, if it, goes under, you can always fix that. Boom. That's what we need. That image right there. We're going to take our eraser and we're going to erase part of our heart and just make a jagged line down to the star. And kind of on the other side, make it look like maybe it fits in, but it's okay if it doesn't. Almost like a lightning bolt coming right down. Erase that part of the star. And then, let's see what I did here. Right into it. Right into it. Okay, so your image is going to look like a cracked, let's see, I messed that up. Hey, look, you can erase it, make it look good. A crack right into the star, okay? You want that opening, so make sure there's a passage, okay? Now, we shall take our blue, our light blue, and we're going to shade the entire heart with this color. So what does this mean? This is important. So this color represents you, my friend, your thoughts, your emotions, the way you react to circumstances, your uniqueness. Right? We're so unique. So this is it. There's my son. There's his unique sounds. So some people would say, well, I'm an extrovert. That's who I am. So think about right now, maybe the phrases you've used to describe yourself over the years. What's your personality like? Are you free-spirited? Are you conservative? Are you playful? Are you more structured in life? Are you type A or type B? Or is there a type C? I don't even know. But as you're doing this, this is you. And one thing also, gosh, you've been through so many different experiences in life. So you're not just your personality, but your personality's been shaped by everything you've gone through. And even someone who went through a similar experience didn't experience it quite like you. So your experience is always unique. And maybe you look back and you say, wow, this experience really defined my life. This job, this relationship, this loss, I kind of have an identity with that because that's me. I mean, that was me experiencing it and growing through it, and maybe I made new friends because of that life experience. So what else? Your experiences and your personality. Children. Wow. Once you had children, didn't the world just change? All of a sudden you could love something beyond yourself. Something was worth losing sleep over, planning days and events and searching for the right products and toys and schools. Everything changes with those children. And then you realize life isn't like it was when you were growing up, right? You thought maybe you could do this parenting thing, but it's very, very different from when you were growing up. The world has changed and it's throwing you curveballs with technology and safety concerns. Wow, you have so many worries as a parent that maybe you didn't realize were going to be part of parenting. And then your child's not developing like peers. They're different. They're struggling. They're behind. They're hard to relate to or understand. And they're diagnosed with autism. And everybody has a different opinion on what that means for your child's life, what you should do. And you're just trying to stay afloat with sleepless nights and feeding problems and lack of communication. And you're just overwhelmed by the amount of research and time you now need to spend helping your child. So here you are. All right, so I'm going to put some cracks in this heart and we're going to shade, because this is what we think we are, and then life starts throwing us hardships, obstacles. But we use our resilience here. We use what we know, and we fill in the cracks. You know, we've been around. We know what to do. We know how to Google. We know how to seek resources. We know how to ask other people for help. But we also cry, and we're feeling helpless sometimes. And you know what? That's actually your right as a human. And we learn that early on with autism, is it's okay to cry and not know what to do. I mean, if you think about it, our brain is so different from our kids, and we really have to learn and adapt to understand them, how their body and their mind is working. And it takes time to let go of the image we thought we had, the child we thought we'd be raising, and accept what we really are going to be dealing with and raising here. And there's beauty in that. And it's cracking all of our expectations and our personality and what we thought was so set, so sure. We were so sure of ourselves. And now life just is cracked and different. We're still functioning. We're not broken to the point where we're not able to go on, but something definitely is challenging us. Everything that we believe and we feel and our emotions, gosh, they're just like a roller coaster. One moment we are so hopeful, and the next we are just like, okay, am I going down a dead-end street? What do I do? And sometimes we're watching our children suffer. They don't feel well, or they're not assimilating with their bodies. They're engaging in self-injurious behaviors or hurting siblings or dangerous behaviors. And all the protocols we learned for regular parenting just don't work. They're useless almost. We have to create something new. So life can feel like a series of brokenness. So after we get all our cracks, all unique cracks, all those ways that we've dealt with change, we're going to shade a little bit of this in, because life becomes a little bit darker sometimes than others. And our closest friends know how dark. Sometimes we keep a good wall up so no one knows the real deep, dark thoughts we have. But we're going to represent them with a little bit of shade. And I want you to shade wherever you feel led to shade. You know, maybe the edges, maybe more on the cracks, maybe right here in just the middle where there's a dark spot. And you get stuck there. And you're not quite sure. And there seems no outlet, right? Our emotions can just overwhelm us, right? When we're coming from a place of love and protection and we can't do it for our child, or our families are struggling, we're struggling financially. You know, even in the darkness, it's creating a beautiful pattern, and it's unique. We overcame a period of darkness. We made an awesome new friend. We went to a conference and we got so much wisdom and advice and hope that we came home and we're ready. We're optimistic. Sometimes the darkness lifts, and just the release of that darkness can feel so healing. Just even a little release, right? So shade away, acknowledging that those dark times are part of your journey and they were necessary. And every thought you had was perfectly fine, perfectly needed, perfect for you, and a stepping stone to take you somewhere that you need to go. So it's okay to grieve and to hurt And this blue represents accepting yourself in all the ways you show up in this world. And being proud of everything you've survived. All right, so now you're going to need your golden yellow. We're going to do the star first. So what's kept you around? What's helped you get through all these challenges you faced before children, with children, raising children? Gosh, there's just been this sense of hope. This sense of you-ness that doesn't change when your emotions and your thoughts change. This awareness that you're a person of energy, of spirit, of soul. This might be a life that you're experiencing, but you are so much more. And you have that moment when you awake from sleep, and before your thoughts hit you, there's a complete moment of serenity. Have you ever experienced that? And then your thoughts hit you, and your life reminds you of all its challenges. You could capture that moment. That's the essence. Let's say the essence of who you are. It's right here, bright shining star. This is freedom and joy and love. It's everything that makes your heart beat. So after you use your golden yellow, recognizing you are so much more than your thoughts, body, and mind, take this orange. And this is just like a grounding color. Just kind of put it around that star. This grounds that star. This is saying, yeah, I recognize the divinity within me. However you might see that, it comes from source, it comes from God, it comes from faith. But it's part of me. And in the darkest hour, it's there. Sometimes it feels dormant, but it does shine. Comfort. Even when you cry, maybe especially when you cry, you feel that release and you feel that moment of pure love just overwhelm your body. Sense that everything's going to be okay. The sense that you're protected and you're cared for. And there's going to be ways to navigate the challenges you face. You might not know them, but you trust. There are going to be ways. So then this crack represents either your breaking point or when something feels so, this crack represents your breaking point, or when something feels so overwhelming that all the resources that you've used before are null and void and cannot work. And so you need something greater, something that comes from within. And so you're going to take your blaze color, your golden, I'm dropping things, and you're going to color this as an act of surrender. A surrender. You're accepting the challenge. You're accepting the opening of your heart and your mind to something greater. And you're just going to shine it out like a sun. And when you do this, do it fast, confident. Just do it around that heart. And it's going to be varying degrees. You know, sometimes it's lower, sometimes it's higher. It's not going to look perfect. It's just living. It's just shining. It's flowing. Shine that out. Turn your page as you do it. Shine it out. Shine on. And as you'll see, the essence of who you are is now surrounding your personality, your experiences, your brokenness, your uncertainty. It's all good. Look, you are totally protected. Surrendering does that. You don't have to know what's coming up, what's next in life. You'll be guided in the moment. So here's just the first kind of layer. So you'll see there's some whites. It's not, you know, it's not thoroughly perfect, but that's what I felt like in my confidence of knowing that I'm going to be able to navigate my challenges and live this life and figure things out and enjoy my life with my child, my family, my loved ones. So now ground it. Ground all the things. Maybe it looks like a heartbeat, doesn't it? Goes a little up and down. Try to match the yellow, but it's okay if they don't. Orange can kind of go on its own. Ground it. And are there mistakes? No. There's whatever your happy hand decided. In the legacy of Bob Ross, no mistakes. And you're just putting this accent color on in confidence, grounding that decision, that conscious decision to let who you are internally decide your life. Not your moment, not your experiences, not what you're feeling right now. There's something deeper you can pull from. You're going to pull from your soul. You're going to pull that strength from your soul, and you're going to surround your circumstances with hope. Now, take Blaze again, take your golden, and just go over that again. And this time, just fill in those little gaps maybe the first time, and go over the orange. It kind of blends it a little. Go close to your heart without blending too much. I might need to sharpen. Here, I'll sharpen in front of you. There we go. Think about the wonder. You know, I think of the sun when I see this. How far it is, how it keeps going. You know, at nighttime we can't see it, but it's still there. The moon reflects it. Sometimes we might not feel our loving inner essence, our inner light, but it's there. It's there. We can trust it. So now we've shaded it to our heart's content. We're going to, now that we've shaded, now that we shaded it to our heart's content, we're going to take a light purple and basically create a space around. Lightly shading. And this represents that we know this is a journey and a process. And sometimes we're going to feel more broken than empowered. And sometimes we're going to feel like we could take on the world. And other times we're going to feel like, gosh, where is that me? Why are they so far? But that's because this is life. And there's ebbs and flows and ups and downs and contrasts and variety. And if it was all the same, we just wouldn't appreciate the surrender and the experience of joy. If there were no dark moments, just think about that. We wouldn't know what freedom, happiness really was. So this space is what makes everything possible. And you know, yellow and blue, they are primary colors. But unity, this purple, is a secondary color. It takes two. It takes red and blue together to create. So it takes both elements of who we are. Our minds, our bodies, our unique thoughts. And it takes the essence of our soul and our spirit and how that's reflected to really make us who we are and to create a life of meaning. And as we do this, everyone benefits. We benefit, our children benefit, our children's children benefits, generations benefit from us recognizing that we are human and we are also superhuman at times. And we are a superhuman no matter who we are, what our neurological setup is. I'm going to go through it one more time with just kind of what I was saying. Like, we are a dual nature, helps me understand life. Everybody else might have a different view. This is just one perspective. I see my child a lot with his autism as the real Liam inside and then the impulsive bodily Liam on the outside, and I relate to them both differently as is needed. And so it's easy to see myself in a similar light and relate to myself differently as needed. Like, when my body needs rest, I just rest. When my mind needs challenge, I watch something or I think I grow. I practice acceptance of all my feelings and emotions. I didn't always do that. Autism taught me that. It was necessary to learn that skill and to not suppress my feelings or my thoughts, or to feel afraid to talk with people about what I was thinking. So purple is freedom to be and to grow and to learn, and the space we create in our lives to practice this. Meditation time, exercise time, social time, reading time, whatever we do for ourselves, that is time for us to grow and to be and to recognize the learning journey that is life. Now that we have this image, we're going to take our dark purple and just make some little lines. Whatever feels right in the moment. Little accent lines. I don't know what these represent. They just look good. Maybe a little bit because I see our world as playful and these things we learn as an adventure. So perhaps these are sticks we're jumping over as we grow and play. Really just let yourself feel like, you know, where should it go, and not judge what you do. Especially if this is your first time ever doing a meditation craft. Wow, you are awesome and amazing. Whatever you created is going to be awesome. So no judgment if it looks different than mine, right? At all. Make it your own. All right. And there's my unleashing of the inner light. Thank you so much for joining me on my first ever guided meditation art session. I had so much fun, and I hope you did too. Let me know of your experience, and if you want, drop a picture of your masterpiece in the comments. I'd love to see it. Thanks.